Morning, gentlemen. I'm Gene Farr. I live in the Fort Johnson in the county area on McMinn Road. And I want to thank you for postponing your deliberations on the climate action plan, as that'll give you more time to consider the ramifications of this and do your homework on exactly what's involved here. As I pointed out in my previous testimony, the CO2 levels that we're experiencing now are way lower than what we saw back in prehistoric times when it was 10 to 20 times higher. The human contribution to the greenhouse gas effect due to our CO2 emissions is only 0.1% of the total greenhouse effect, a minuscule amount. And people complain about major severe weather effects from climate change. That's totally bogus. If you look at the NOAA data and any of the governmental data, you'll find that hurricane intensity, tornado intensity, and frequency of all these major weather events, lightning, floods, it's all down over the last 30 years where there's been a slight increase in temperature of our country. Okay? So there's no bad effect there. The rumors about getting worse if climate warms up are bogus too. The eminent scientists and public health officials point out that malaria is not a tropical disease. It's a global disease, which we control very nicely because we have good public health. You want to control malaria? Get better public health, not fight the climate change. And so the precautionary principle doesn't apply here. There's nothing to be afraid of here. In fact, in previous warming periods on the Earth, the abundance of crops has increased. In fact, CO2 enhances the growth of crops and trees. So we should encourage more CO2 production to enhance our forests. Okay? There's nothing to be precautionary about here. So don't worry about this at all. Now, why have we all heard about these things? Well, it turns out that the UN panel, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, is behaving like a delinquent adolescent, at least according to this investigating journalistic reporter, a gal up in Canada who's not affiliated with any political party or a corporation or anything, has done this in-depth report, and it's got a book out that came out this last week in paperback. It's been around for about a month now, and you can get it by going to her webpage or go to Amazon.com and find out exactly how she characterizes this panel, where she points out that it is not following the peer review process, that in half the chapters in their last assessment report, 50% of the cited references were not peer-reviewed science.
Thank you, Mr. Farr. Your time is up.
So your homework assignment,
thank you.
Your homework assignment
I appreciate
is
it.
to get a copy of that book or download it on Kindle.
Right. Your time is up, Mr. Farr. Thank you.
I'm gone.
Who would like to be next, please? I can't see you far back.